Hey guys, welcome back to part 5 of the Jedi Knight walkthrough of Star Wars The Old Republic. There is a bundle on the ground making noise. And it's going to turn out that it's a Flesh Raider baby. And of course, being the morally upstanding person that I am, I'm going to try to help this thing. Even though the Flesh Raiders are currently slaughtering everything that they run across. So this basically is a random quest that's going to send us to the top of the hill to get some meat to feed this child. And of course, once we get up here, you'll see the things that we're supposed to be killing. Yeah, those ginormous gorilla looking things. Yeah. Apparently one of those is not enough to feed this child. So we have to kill 3 of those to feed the baby because we're going to help it. Good stuff. That is one very hungry baby. So we spend just a few minutes killing 3 of these things in order to get a tiny hunk of meat out of each one, apparently. Then once we've acquired enough meat, we'll go back and feed the baby. And then it'll be in sufficient condition to travel to the Jedi Temple, which means, of course, like anything else, we're just going to stick it in our backpack and carry it around with us until we're ready to go back and turn it in. Ah, MMO childcare. Isn't it wonderful? So with a baby in our backpack, we finish out a few quests we've still got in this area. Killing a few droids, and then we make our way back to the Jedi Temple. Spoiler warning, if you do not want to see the storyline quests, you might want to cover your eyes and ears right now.
Forgive me, young Jedi, but I do not have time to give lessons these days. My only concern is administering to the Order's new recruits. If you are here on an unrelated matter, I fear I have no help to offer.
I'm here on business, Master. I've found a Flesh Raider who wants to be a Jedi.
A Flesh Raider? You're serious? My understanding is that those creatures are primitive, cruel, and bloodthirsty. Not ideally prepared for the lifestyle of a Jedi.
This Flesh Raider will murder a child if we refuse to teach him. We don't have much of a choice.
A wicked situation. The Order is not a prison or a place for repentance. It is for the dedicated, the willing. Even assuming this recruit is strong in the Force, do you really think such a dangerous student could be taught?
If he stays untrained, he'll go to the dark side.
Perhaps you're right. Very well. Send your recruit to the temple, give him this medallion, and the watchman will know to grant him passage. When he arrives, I will consult with the Jedi Council. We will do what we can.
Saving Flesh Raider babies and trying to get Flesh Raiders into the Jedi Order. Man, this world we're living in. So let's go tell this Flesh Raider that holding a hostage is the best way to get into the Jedi Order.
Jedi, you came.
Jedi talk. Learn power.
What happened at the temple? What did the Master say? Tell him.
Jedi talk.
I've done as you wished.
You hear that? You get what you wanted. Hunt power, Jedi power, the Rock Den, all of it.
Head thing Jedi hunt. Hunter Den Jedi hunt. Hunt Rock Den.
He means you can hunt everything that belonged to him. The other Flesh Raiders, me, and he's leaving.
Jedi prize. Jedi hunt.
I didn't think you would do that. You helped him. You saved me. I know my way back to the village. The path isn't too hard from here.
Helping people out. Hey, it's what I do.
Jedi, you You found my son. Thank you. He told me what you did. He's safe now. And I'm glad his kidnapper's with your masters.
Is Vio okay? Last I saw, he was leaving the Flesh Raider camp.
Vio's scars are healing, and the matriarch will tend to his mind. He'll be well again. You have my promise. Whenever the elders speak about the Jedi, I'll speak too. My son will speak. This is our thanks.
With time, maybe the Jedi and your people can become allies.
Allies on Tython, and allies against the Flesh Raiders. We wish you well, Jedi. Goodbye, and all the best to you.
Well, after all that helping Flesh Raiders, let's go back to killing Flesh Raiders. After making your way back through the ruins yet again, you come into the Flesh Raider stronghold.
Idlen dervia kallig tog keret. Atenger kellet wiesel ni az.
What's your name? How'd you get here?
Enseji SEJ Kimge Atlas. Estavo lab meg mingil uge. Oze disazos homa leban. Nerega mozdu latlan felet gegob elenga agiob.
Powerful or not, there's no one else coming.
Is as Allah sone parton as Allah zokizal.
So the Flesh Raiders are summoning their powers through the dark side of the Force. I don't think we're really surprised about that, are we? I'm pretty sure that's a pretty obvious plot point. So now we are going to kill some more Flesh Raiders and recover Fishy Boy's lightsaber for him. And essentially we just make our way through this cave, killing Flesh Raiders along the way. We pick up the bonus quest we talked about in the last video to kill so many of them as we go through here for extra XP. Get a few drops, kill some Flesh Raiders, make our way through the cave. This is pretty much it right here, this cavern. And we just need to kill 10 of these guys. Pretty simple task, but we'll go ahead and show some of the combat just in case you want to see a little bit more of that. Force sweeping in, force sweeping AoE, and pretty much devastating face is what's going on here. And with that finished, we move over to the side and take out the guy who has the lightsaber that belongs to the fish Jedi. He's a bit tougher than the rest of them, so I take out his little buddy first, kind of reduce the damage I'm taking in. And as you can see, he's actually doing pretty decent chunks to my health every time he hits me. There again, nothing real super exciting combat-wise going on here, just making sure to push the right buttons at the right time. And this guy should die before I do, hopefully. Though he's been a lot tougher than some of the other things I fought. Meditate in between combat to recoup some health. And of course my class resource is similar to Rage in that it builds as I do damage, so it doesn't actually regenerate while I'm recuperating. And we've got a huddle call.
The Flesh Raider camp's out of commission, Master, but they were all Force users. They killed a Jedi named Lauta. His body is in these ruins. What should I do?
We'll reclaim our fallen later. Just got a distress call from the Twi'lek settlement. They spotted Ben Gulmur. Our forces are spread out dealing with the secret camps. We're the only ones who can handle this. I'm on my way to the settlement. Meet me there.
So we head back to the Twi'lek settlement, and the plot takes a twist.
Master Orgus responded to your distress call. I was to meet him here. What's happened?
Nothing. We didn't send any distress call. Things have been quiet since you left. I haven't seen or spoken to Master Orgus.
Someone sent Master Orgus a distress call from here. Who was it?
I'm sure it's a misunderstanding. Your master will turn up. Why don't you stay a while? You must be exhausted. Stop it! What are you doing?
Matriarch, step aside. Handing over the boy's master wasn't enough. This Padawan has to die.
I told you to leave him alone. That was the pact.
Bengilmore refused your terms. This is to save our people.
What did you do to my master? Where's Bengilmore?
Bengilmore came to me, said he'd end the Flesh Raider attacks if we gave him your master.
He asked us to kill you too. But I said no. I told him we'd keep you here. You'd be safe. And my people would have a protector.
If we don't do what we're told, Bengilmore will kill us all.
Bengilmore is a monster. When he's done using you, he'll kill everyone.
Don't resist. It'll only make things harder.
First lesson of Star Wars The Old Republic. Never trust a Twi'lek. So now I'm just going to take these idiots out because they have upset me. Yes, anger is a pathway to the dark side, but at this point, I don't care. Let's kill them. Alright, Matriarch, you are a part of this too. But of course, we're Jedi. We have to show mercy now.
Why didn't they listen to me? It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was going to save you. Save us all.
You gave my master to the enemy.
No, you can still save him. Bengilmore took Orgus to someplace called the Forge. Reactivate your droid. It might know where to find them. You can forgive me, can't you?
We've done terrible things. There must be consequences.
You're right. Tell me what I should do.
Surrender to the Jedi Council. Confess your crimes.
The settlement will be better off without me. All I've done is get people killed. That's a debt I have to repay. I'll go to the temple immediately. I hope you find your master.
Haha, I did not choose the I forgive you conversation option. How about that?
Bengilmore took my master someplace called the Forge. Do you know where that is? These Twi'leks deactivated you and tried to kill me. I had to defend us.
I am A4PO, Jedi Archivist. How may I help you?
Transmit everything you know about the Forge to my droid T7.
That area is considered highly dangerous. May I inquire why you need this data?
Flesh Raiders captured Master Orgus and took him there.
By the stars, what perfectly awful timing. The Temple Masters are all indisposed fighting Flesh Raiders. I will alert them immediately, but they may be unable to assist you. Transmitting data now.
Next up, the Forge, where Jedi go to forge their first lightsabers. Yes, folks, it is that time. We have a lightsaber inbound shortly. as we take a look at some of the scenery around. Texture work, graphics work, very nice job. Everything is absolutely gorgeous, beautiful to look at, pleasant to the eyes. Everything in game for Star Wars: The Old Republic thus far has been entertaining, enjoyable, non-frustrating, gorgeous to look at. A+ as far as gameplay. Customer service and those types of issues, I'm gonna make a little video about that because I am not really sold on the fact that BioWare and EA were prepared and or able to handle the customer base that they're trying to bring into this game. But like I said, that's a conversation for another time, and we will get into that in another video. For right now, just know if you actually get into the game and don't have problems along the way getting there, you're probably going to have a lot of fun while you play this. So we're going to work our way into the cave, to the forge, and along the way, of course, as usual, we have to kill a bunch of flesh raiders. And slowly we make our way up the path through the ruins, killing flesh raider after flesh raider along the way. Just taking these guys out, making our way to the entrance to the forge. Along the way we did ding level 9, which is probably a good thing because some of the things in the final cave of the forge entrance were a little tough even at level 9. Although it was doable, and the final fight was a little rough, but as long as you get level 9, you're good to go, and I'm pretty sure I've seen people coming in here at level 8, and I've heard rumors of people coming in here at level 7 if you speed through some of the main content storylines. How successful they were once they got in here at level 7, I don't know. A good player probably could take their time and get this done. So after all of our time and dedication, we've finally come to the entrance of the actual forge itself. You can see it there, the steps going up into the rock. And we finally tracked down Bangle Moore, the enemy of the entire storyline, and he has our master.
I sensed you coming. Your fear betrayed you. You're weak, like my old master. You will fall with him.
What happened to you on Coruscant? Why have you turned against the Jedi?
Not the Jedi. The sick, spineless cowards that have taken their place. The traitors who let the Sith slaughter millions. You weren't on Coruscant. You never saw our greatest cut down or watched the temple burn. I escaped that destruction to see my own master surrender to the Sith. They exterminated us, and he gave up.
You're wrong about Master Orgus. He's training me to defeat the Sith.
Weapons are only as strong as those who created them. The weak will be sacrificed here to make the forge stronger. The Jedi Order must be reborn from ashes.
And then it all boils down to a good old-fashioned fight. My droid tanking stuff like a boss. So I'll take the opportunity to take out the flesh raiders. And the droid's taking quite a beating. I'm glad it's him and not me. As you can see, Bangle Moore, not really a pushover. He's a pretty tough customer. Does a ton of damage, if I may steal the phrase from another source. And can take a beating too. So we're going to sit here, his lightsaber against my vibroblade, and we're just going to beat on each other till somebody loses. Once again, fighting a mob, kind of interesting and challenging. Clicking around different targets, affecting different abilities to kind of regulate the crowd and keep things to your advantage. Fighting a person one-on-one, it's not much to sit here and watch, is it? You know, you're looking down and you're kind of operating the button, so you don't really notice it when you're playing as much. When you sit here looking at the second time, trying to make it seem interesting, it's just kind of dull watching it go back and forth. But we've won, so let's see what he has to say now.
You've won. Why has the Force guided me to this defeat? You're stronger than any Jedi I've known. You could redeem the Order and destroy the Sith. I understand. You are the weapon I came to forge.
You don't have a destiny, Bengal. You're sick. You need help.
Don't deny the truth. Think. How else could you have beaten me? I have spent a lifetime learning the paths to power. That knowledge is now yours. Let me leave Tython and prepare the galaxy for your ascendance. I will deliver the gifts you need to reclaim your destiny.
You'll get the help you need, Bengal. But you can't leave here.
Oh, push to the face! Oh! Ouch! That looked worse than the sword fight. Combat should look like that. But on a serious note, we've won the battle, we've saved our master. Hopefully he's alive, face down in the dirt.
Padawan, I must have you to thank for being alive.
I captured Bengal Moore, Master. He's resting quietly.
You've done a great thing. He deserves a second chance. The horrors he witnessed on Coruscant broke him, destroyed the gentle Padawan I trained. You, however, faced a challenge beyond any trial I could assign. There's nothing more I can teach you. All that's left is for you to enter the Forge and construct your own lightsaber.
I'm tremendously honored.
There's no substitute for the weapon you create yourself. Normally we make Padawans gather materials themselves, but you've proven enough. These are all the physical components. The rest will come from your mastery of the Force. I'll carry Bengal back to the Jedi Temple and get him help. Meet me there when you're ready.
It is time as we ascend the steps to the Great Forge. Epicness shall ensue. Alright, a little bit of post-editing here. Unfortunately, I had to mute this entire segment and cutscene because there was some official Star Wars music playing in the background. This is the part where we get our lightsaber, and it is truly epic. Made even more so by the swelling of the music as you go along and the scene progresses. But unfortunately, YouTube does not like the fact that the music was included in the video. There was a big long scene of music here without much talking going on. So I've had to mute the entire segment to be able to post this video. As I actually played the game though, this was and still remains, with the music and everything as you're in the game, one of my favorite moments in any MMO that I can recall. So my advice to you is, get in, roll a Jedi Knight at least to level 10, and experience this part right here, because there's nothing quite like unsheathing your own lightsaber for the very first time. For all the good points and the bad points that I can argue, or anyone can argue about the game, what's good, what's not, what's enjoyable, what's not, the fact is there is nothing that is as exciting as unsheathing your lightsaber for the very first time. Take a moment of silence and enjoy. And yes, after I beat this monster, and went back to the Jedi Temple to kind of finish up the quest and stuff, I did run around sheathing and unsheathing my lightsaber several times, probably several hundred times, because it's just that awesome. That sound is so iconic at this point, and I'm not even a huge Star Wars fanboy, but that is just one of the greatest things to ever happen in MMO, and probably ranks up there as one of my favorite moments in any MMO ever, including cutscenes from Blizzard and all that. Just the simple act of unsheathing the lightsaber for the first time. Yes, it is as awesome as you thought it would be. The droid goes down and we continue to lay the smackdown on the Forge Guardian. This is pretty much the end of the Jedi Starter Zone. We will see the final cutscene when you go back to the Jedi Temple, and they're going to put you on a shuttle and send you off to the next planet, which for the Republic is Coruscant. This is one tough son of a gun, but he does finally go down. And with that, we move on to the Jedi Council.
The Flesh Raiders are still a threat, but without Bengal's leadership, they'll be scattered and ill-equipped.
This temple could have been devastated. The entire order is in your debt, Padawan.
The enemy found weaknesses in our security. We have to guard against another Coruscant.
Agreed. And now we have concerns beyond the Flesh Raiders. Recent developments in the Twi'lek settlement demand a response.
Their matriarch betrayed me to Bengal, but she surrendered herself to us for judgment. You're doing, I understand. Good work.
You know the Twi'leks, Padawan. How do you recommend we proceed?
We created instability by refusing to help them. That has to change.
What happened to Master Orgus is almost unforgivable.
But if we do forgive and work with them, it can only improve both our communities. This young Jedi captured a fallen member of our order and saved this temple from destruction. I see no reason why he should remain a Padawan.
Your bravery, heroism, and sacrifice show great depth of character. You represent our best hopes for the future. You arrived on Tython a Padawan, but you leave a Knight of the Republic. May the Force be with you.
I promise to uphold every standard of the Jedi and Galactic Republic. This little droid and I have been through a lot. We're a great team.
Then I see no reason why you shouldn't stay together.
We're getting a priority signal from Coruscant. It's Master Kiwix.
Master Orgus, everyone. I've discovered a situation requiring further assistance. Our suspicions about Coruscant were correct. The dark presence we've long sensed is strongest here.
What could be worse than a fallen Jedi attacking us?
That's what we need to find out. The security of the entire Republic is at stake.
This situation calls for our very best. Master Orgus, you and your former pupil should join Master Quix on Coruscant.
Come to the Senate Tower as soon as you can. Master Quix, out.
No rest for us, my friend. Complete any unfinished business you have and take a shuttle to Coruscant.
I'll leave immediately, Master.
I need to wrap up some things before I go. Meet you on Coruscant.
Farewell. The Force will be with you. Always.
So that concludes the intro area of the Jedi Knight for Star Wars The Old Republic. This was the first class that I had played in the beta from levels 1 all the way through 10 to get off the starter planet. We'll have to say, I enjoyed it a great deal, and Star Wars has really surprised me. During my first beta test weekend, I really wasn't very impressed, had a lot of negative things to say about it, but with the last beta test, and especially since the early access, I've really come to love this game. I am quite infatuated with it and can't get enough of it. I was really afraid of the WoW clone scenario. It's turned out to not really be like that. It is its own game. At no point have I really played this and felt like I was playing World of Warcraft, which I am absolutely sick to death of. I hope you've enjoyed the walkthrough of the Jedi Knight Starter Zone in Star Wars. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, favorite, tell a friend, all that kind of good stuff. I really appreciate it. It really helps the channel out. We're trying to really grow this thing and kind of get it out there. That being said, I've started doing quite a bit of live streaming over on Twitch TV, usually somewhere between 1 to 4 hours a day right now. That may increase if viewership goes up. You can check out the channel there at twitch.tv/TheInnerGeekZone. You can go ahead and go there, and even if it's not live when you currently go, hit the follow button and you'll be notified anytime that the channel does go live. If you want to get on, watch me play some things, get in the chat along, heck, maybe even jump in the game and play along with me. And of course, you can always check out our gaming blog at TheInnerGeekZone.com. Our next starting zone walkthrough is going to be for the Bounty Hunter, so hopefully you're looking forward to that, and we will see you then.